Hello and thanks for watching. I thought I'd give you a quick update on the Kaspa trade I've been doing and just a general overview. Just so you know, I've just sold my Kaspa position, so let's start with that. It's broken base support, so that is my number one rule. If it breaks support, then you have to get out. So I've gotten out. So let's do a quick recap of where we got in. So we initially got in around here at the 0.34 cents, and it came back down here, and it was creating a support level. So this is one we were watching, and the rule would be, as it always has been, if it breaks here, we'll get out. And then it came up and made this channel, and we'd actually sold out at some point. I'll have to look back in the log. Actually, we sold out around the top here, and it came back down, and we got back in here because we thought it was going up again. I think we sold out this double top actually. Yeah, so we sold out here at the top. Let's put another mark on here, or maybe on this retest. So we got out again there, and it came back down again, and it looked like it was going up again. So brilliant. Got back in here as soon as it broke this little bit of choppiness, and then we thought at this top of the channel it's probably going to come down again. So we got out again here, expecting it to come down so we can get back again and down at the bottom, but it didn't. It carried on going up, which is fine, but at least we knew then. So we got back in at this level, 0.50, and we were looking at this big flat top compression here. So this was nice flat top compression where it's just working its way and squeezing tighter and tighter. It usually gets towards the end and then goes up to the top because it's a flat top. In this case, it couldn't wait that long, so it just blasted straight out. We were still in it at this here, and it just went crazy parabolic. Not sure what happened here. I think we were maybe got some more in there, maybe topped up. And then let's put it on the 4 hour so you can see a bit more clearly what we were looking at then. So we were in the trade still. It got right to the top, and it started coming down again, which created this. There we go, a bit cleaner now on the 1 hour, just so you can see what we were looking at. So it created this triangle, but this is it's even, isn't it? So it's not got a flat top, not got a flat bottom. It's just a symmetrical, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Symmetrical compression. So it could go up, could go down. Obviously, I was hoping it was going to come up here and come to test this old level, which goes back from all the way back here. So that was my target to sell, that little yellow hole. Come to the hourly. Now it didn't quite make the top. Well, it didn't make it go anywhere near on the second one. It tried here, and perhaps would have been a bit greedy. I should have just got out there. But you know, you want it to go to the moon, don't you? So we stayed in, came back down, created this compression. I was like, okay, if it breaks below this compression, then we need to closely monitor it. And then I put these two bottom support lines on, which go all the way back from here. One of them, which had this wick, this is where Bitcoin sold off at the big spike down. That's Isla the dog. And then the other one was just on the main candle patterns. So it was kind of, be wary if it breaks here, be very wary if it breaks this support, and if it breaks here, then we get out. That is a rule. I was also watching this, so I got out the majority of the position on here, I think about 60% out here, and then as I was looking at it, I realised it had this flat bottom as well. It was creating this flat bottom triangle. I thought, oh, maybe this is something, but you should have to be careful about, because it's like, oh, what about this one? It might be this level, it might be this level, so you just have to be careful. So I made a decision. It broke out here, I got 60% out, went a bit further down, got more or less 70% out, and I just left about 10% position in around about here, even though those maths don't add up, but you know, 10-20% of the pot. It was probably about 1/8 of the pot is what it actually was. I left a chunk in here, and as soon as it broke here, I sold it out. So my average sell price was at 0.0, not 0.8. It would have been even nicer. 0.0845 So let's have a quick look at what I mean, it would have been nice to go a bit higher, but we still got a very nice, our average was around the 44, 47. Let me double check instead of making things up. So our average buy price was 4548. So let's have a look where we got out and where we got in. So 4548. So it's that one there. It was actually slightly higher. Could have bought in and got out there. So that, instead of getting in there, we got out and got back in again. So that brought our average entry to around the 4. Around about there somewhere. And then we sold out mostly here. So we got 81% return on about 60% of the pot, and then the rest out a little bit lower, about 80%. So 81, 82. So long story short, we made roughly 81, so call it 80%. So that's an 80% increase, and we could have did a bit of in and out and messing around. We've almost doubled our bag, because what we were doing on these bottom bits was we weren't looking to make extra money, we were just looking to get extra tokens. So say we had 100,000 tokens here, and then would sell out. Let's look what the thing is. So we had 100,000 tokens here, it'd come down and get back here, say 20% to make it easier. 100,000 tokens, you sell, get back to the bottom, you buy back in here, and now you can buy 120,000. And then it goes up, and the value's gone up, we still got 120, but you sell 120,000, and it was meant to come down here, and then you get 140. But instead it went up, so you still have 120, now you've got 110, say, because it's moved away from you. And then all the way up, so the token volume is the same, token volume is the same, but the value is going up. So what I want to do now, just so you know, I'm going to be looking at whether to move into ETH. I'm just looking at this. This is the Kaspa divided by ETH chart, which you can see is a bit of a channel. So Kaspa is losing value to ETH. Doesn't mean to say ETH is going up, just means Kaspa is going down against ETH, and also Bitcoin is doing the same. So Kaspa against Bitcoin. So if you were to a little let's do the old legal things, not the measuring scales, I believe they're called. So in this case, Kaspa is going down. It's got Kas on this side, which is going down against the value of Bitcoin, which makes that go up. Doesn't make Bitcoin go up, but it means as like a seesaw, one against the other, Kaspa's going down, Bitcoin's going up. And also if you did the same against ETH, Kaspa's going down against ETH. Doesn't mean to say ETH is amazing to get in at, because then you can also look at, well, what's Bitcoin doing on its own. That's just broke out of a channel and retesting, but it's at the top of this channel as well. So ETH against Bitcoin. ETH is rising against Bitcoin, pulled back, possibly rising again. We could put a nice little easy on the daily here, so it's not as detailed. Let's say the 12-hour. Let's look a bit more sideways actually. 4-hour. Let's make sure we're not on the log. No. So it's going to be side. I was going to say you could put a trend channel on, but it's not very clear. So go back on the daily. So keep an eye on this. So Ethereum is rising in value against Bitcoin. So do we want to go into ETH now? We don't really sat in dollars where you get nothing. I mean, you don't lose anything in sat in dollars, but you don't gain anything either. And with all the talk of ETH and ETFs and stuff, you want to kind of have a bit of exposure in case there's a Bitcoin or an ETH ETF coming out any day, and then you don't want to miss out on it. So at the moment, what I've done is I've moved about 20-30% of the cash USDT that just came out of made on Kas. I've just bought in here. I'd already bought one here and bought another 5 here, so hoping for this to go back up and at least come back up to here, which is not loads, like 5-6%, but at least it's something. At least it's, you know, bank standards. And then where could it go? Could get up to the top of there, 2130, 2140. That would create a bit of a top here, which is used a few more times. But it's also got this channel here and here. If you can see with your little beady eyes. You've got these to keep an eye on as well. Something like that. So you could say, I'd be looking to see if maybe this broke out and got up to this kind of level around the 2,300, which would be like 10%, 11%. So, you know, it's a little bit of something while you're waiting. And then what I want to do now, getting something like ETH or Bitcoin, probably ETH, because I've just seen ETH seems to be doing better than Bitcoin. And then we're going to be looking at Kaspa. Now it broke this support. Hopefully this will continue down back to around this zone, somewhere between this kind of Mahusif zone between 0.53 and 0.6, and maybe look to start scaling in if it does come down this low. Start scaling positions in here is what I would be thinking about doing. And also, if it doesn't get down this low, then we have to think about, is it going up again? So we need to think about continuing this one on. We need to think about there to someone, maybe there to there. Like what's another trend line here to here maybe. Just got to keep an eye on all these trend lines now and find out which one's still in play. So if we extend these out along those lines, I mean this could, don't get me wrong, this could just snap back up in there and then carry on along this, coil into this triangle, flat bottom triangle, and then it could go up. But if the rule is, if it breaks support you get out, then that's the rule, isn't it? So you can't beat yourself up for following the rules when the rules are there to protect you. So hopefully this might come down a bit further, come back up to test underneath, and start working down. And then you can either get in, if it gets around here, I'd get in around this area, or if it reacts sooner, if it starts coming down and maybe stalls around here, like this kind of level, starts going up again, then we can go, okay, looks like it might be creating something here, let's put a trend line on there and monitor it, and then maybe let it go along, and if it breaks here, then get back in. Obviously the distance between there and there isn't as great as here, but you don't want to be guessing the bottom. But once you get to a certain level, you know, maybe getting in these positions, maybe they don't all get filled, maybe one gets filled, two gets filled, and then maybe you start scaling in again. But you've got out here, hopefully you're going to get an average in around here. So about, say, let's say you get back in around here, that's 20%, so you can increase your holdings by 20%. So say you got 100,000, back down here, got 120 now. And it goes from 60 up to, and then it goes, you know, goes back up to here again. And you can almost, let's say it gets back down to here, and it gets back up to this top, you know, you double your money again. So we've already nearly doubled the money once, do it again here. And at some point it will break out of this, there's a lot of lines. Ding, 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 ding. And at some point it will break out of the top channel. So it'll be coming down wherever it wants to go, and eventually it'll break out of this channel up here somewhere, and then we can ride it, or we can get out before it, hope it comes down again, or we can get out before it, and if it doesn't go down and it goes back up, then get back in at the top. But you just stick to the rules. Top of the channel, get out. Bottom of the channel, get in. Magic. Anyway, I've begun to waffle. So thanks for watching. If you managed to get this far, please subscribe. It does help me a great deal. Helps the channel, as they say. It's the one thing you can do that helps. And I hope that's given you a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to monitor these and the other alts and see if I'm going to put any more than 20% into Ethereum. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Any questions or anything, just stick in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.